Wow, talk about bait and switch. That's right guys, Dragon Ball Super episode 66 just landed and oh, the internet is not happy with this one. But personally, I am. Oh, I am! The climactic battle, the miraculous power of the relentless warrior. But it's not who you think. So, remember that beam struggle from the last episode? Well, it's still going on. Goku, the god-defying simpleton, is pissing off Zamasu majorly and is actually making some good progress. Although having said that, the simpleton remark is not inaccurate. During all this carnage, Bulma and Yajirobe are gathering all the human refugees to safety inside Bulma's garage. But alright, it's getting that blowy out there. Better close the shutters. You don't want to catch a death of cold out there, right? Or catch death. But what's this? Maki has a piece of Trunks' sword left. It's almost like she knows she's a plot device. Goku unleashes his voodoo power! And then breaks through the holy wrath of Zamasu and bathes the stupid Gon in blue light. And I hope he's really dead, I really wish it is, but we know it isn't. However, the beams are cancelled out, and I think we can call this a draw. But Zamasu there is, looking a little gooey. Oh, what's that, Zamasu? Oh, sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of your decomposing flesh. Sorry about that. Either way, Zamasu is left even more overwhelmed when Goku unleashes his Firecracker ×10 Kaioken. Even though he's got a busted right arm and a busted left leg, clasped by Zamasu, he's still able to do a flying kick and send the god flying down to the ground, breaking the halo. But after all that, Goku's out of action, but Zamasu's not gonna wait around because his arm's all wibbly and jiggly and gross. Ew. But not as much as Zamasu himself, because he's throwing a right major wobbler of a tantrum. And yeah, he's gone quite mad. The light of justice! Strikes down and practically destroys his left arm, making that a purple gooey mess as well. Well, why is this? Well, it's just what I thought from the beginning. Merged Zamasu isn't immortal. You have Goku Black to thank for that. And it doesn't help that Goku Black was in a transformed state when they performed the Potara fusion, so yeah, I can imagine that Zamasu right now is not a happy bunny. Not only that, but we actually have a really interesting shot of Zamasu's aura returning to the state that it was with Goku Black. You know, that kind of black, purpley, devil god aura thing. So yeah, that just kind of adds to the pile of evidence that Zamasu is really unstable right now. Not just emotionally. Back in the garage though, Bulma's frantically trying to fix the time machine, and Maki's holding the sword of the hero of time closely to her. It's like the courage inside that sword's flowing into her. She's now as courageous as Apple were when they removed the headphone jack. Now that's courageous. Goku finally has a plan as he mentions the Potara, and Supreme Kai's reaction here is just, oh yeah, like he didn't know. Some god. Vegeta is naturally angry about this as he was the first time and with the fusion dance, but after some cajoling from the main character, he obliges. Once sensued up, the Saiyans are ready to perform the fusion, but Goasu drops the bombshell, which has been resonating quite heavily throughout the Dragon Ball tuber community. The fact that the Potara fusion lasts only an hour if you're not a Supreme Kai or a godly being. That dropped like a stone with so many people. But actually, if you think about it, it kind of makes a lot of sense, because we never really had a specific time limit, we just kind of assumed it was permanent. But it is permanent if you're a Supreme Kai. Kibito Kai was permanent, but we never really knew that with Vegito. And I thought Vegito diffused inside Super Buu because of the hostile environment, because Buu's internal organs? Ooh, gross. But no, it was the time limit, and probably there's going to be something to do with time limits and power. Super Vegeta was really immeasurably strong, so maybe that had an impact on the time limit, so they just defused because, just like the fusion dance, overexertion. Even though I like it, Vegeta still doesn't like it, so he needs more convincing through the power of facial expressions. Zamasu sees a glimmer, and then Vegito leaps up with a classic Yosha! And there we get to see Vegito in all his glory, before he then pulls out Vegito Buu! Oh! Thank you. I'm quite happy now. Yep, Vegito's cocky personality is all present and correct, as is Zamasu's jabbering. People still wonder why he's talking like this and why he's just become even more annoying, but what do you expect? It's Goku Black as Zamasu and Zamasu himself. You're getting Zamasu in stereo. But at least him having a super goofy giant hand here right now helps ease the tension. But what we really need right now is for him to be punched in the Oh, thank you, Vegito. Vegito cuts through the bullshit and powers up the animation budget! What now follows for the next minute or so is some super silky animation, which is absolutely gorgeous. Expect this in an edgy anime music video near you soon. It all culminates in a punch struggle, which Zamasu seems to win. Vegito's down on the ground, but what's this? The psionic blade of Zamasu is about to stab him in the heart again, which he's done so many times, but no! 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 The Spirit Sword does it back to him! Oh, yes! My favorite attack, doing it in an ironic way. I wonder where he got that trick from. Oh yes, Vegito, more. Tease him some more! I've waited for this for months! And don't shame me, you felt the same way, I know you have. Despite this gaping wound, Zamasu is still prattling about, "Oh, I'm big and awesome and immortal!" But then Vegito lands the blow that he's not immortal anymore thanks to Goku Black. But Zamasu doesn't seem to care, and he acts all, "Yeah, well, I totally knew that, and it was part of my plan, yeah, because you mortals are sinners, and the gods failed, so it was naturally me that had to deal the blow to both and start again, yeah!" Yeah, Zamasu, I'm glad that you've managed to actually find a relatively coherent reason, but I still want you to die. Vegito gets it, and he's looking how we're feeling right now. Yes! I knew it! I knew this would happen! I knew this would happen! We made Zamasu cry! He's a little crybaby! But what I didn't know is that Zamasu could go giant. Okay. Call back to the Goku Piccolo fight evolt, maybe? Whatever the case, Goasu's confirming that Zamasu's mental state is starting to break down. Not just his big gooey arm and his gooey face. But what we really need right now is for Trunks to get a morale boost. And we get that through the power of a little girl and his sword, because that boy loves his sword. We want this, as do the children. The children! We then get a spirit sword. I guess Trunks' energy transposed itself into a sword. Well, it's not really that much of a surprise. They're key manipulators. They can just change their key into anything. I mean, we've seen with Vegito's Spirit Sword. It's not exactly something surprising or something they pulled out of their ass. The fight between Zamasu and Vegito continues, with Vegito landing a final Kamehameha, which has been lifted straight from the video game. It engulfs Zamasu, and then Vegito lands it with an instant Kamehame punch, which is what I'm calling it right now. I'm pretty sure there's a real name for it, and that will come up in the fullness of time. But for now, I like the Kamehame punch. However, all this energy blasting has caused the fusion to end prematurely. Oops. Yeah, those guys are gonna get whomped. It's just like what happened with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They burned through their fusion too quick. Here comes Trunks though, the sword-wielding hero of time, and Zamasu's going, "You again?" Oh, he's looking frustrated, and I love it. Trunks in this scene is basically going, "You're too slow!" and cuts an X-slash on the giant goof. Still though, Zamasu isn't done yet, and he's now rivaling Broly in terms of insanity. Yeah, that's saying something. In this scene though, Trunks is awesome because he has rhetoric of his own, which makes sense and is powerful. We want to listen to that one. I could listen to that all day. This triggers a powerful light from within Trunks, and then what we get is a spirit bomb, which then goes in the sword and then into Trunks, forming a Spirit Saiyan callback to movie 7? Wow. I still didn't know he could do that though. And I don't think Trunks knew he could do that either. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah! Yes! Yes! Thank you! Cut to credit. We're done. Oh yeah. Yeah, all in all, that episode was pretty good. It had great animation, it had great character development, and Trunks got the win. Not Goku, not Vegeta, not Vegito, Trunks. This is future Trunks' arc. This is about him, the mess he caused, and he got himself out of it. Good on you, Toei. People are gonna wonder where Trunks learnt the Spirit Bomb, but really, I kinda have an idea right now. It's just an idea, it could be wrong, but hear me out here. I think personally that this could be doing during his training with the Supreme Kais with the Z-Sword. Even though he didn't break it and caused Elder Kai to come out of it, he still was in the other world learning with the Supreme Kai. I can imagine Goku sensing all these power levels and wanting to join in on the action and do some training of his own, and then talking about all the classic fights that he did with Gohan, including talking about the Spirit Bomb, and then going like, it's like all these energy and you kind of lift your hands up and then called upon the energy from all across the land. Not necessarily trained him though, talked about it. So from what Trunks could remember, his body would then come up with its own interpretation of the Spirit Bomb, which in this case forms a sword. But there's really not much more to say. It got rid of Zamasu by cutting him in half. It's not breaking his neck, but that will do. Even though people think there are massive plot holes, if you take the time to actually sit down and watch the episode again, you really get a good idea that they actually make a lot of sense. There were lots of unanswered questions from Z, and a couple of these were answered. I think good on you. So I think, really, this episode was fantastic. Great ending, so we can now have a couple of episodes to calm down, which is really what I need. But anyway, that's my review of Dragon Ball Super episode 66. Tune in next time for my review of episode 67. Hopefully, I'll be a lot calmer. So until then, be sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, catch you later.